Emily in Paris' return to Netflix has been epic. The fans have awaited the 4th season of the series for more than a year. And now, with the first part being out, we already know that this season will be regarded as one of the best Emily in Paris seasons ever. So, without further ado, let's talk about when to expect part 2 and what will happen next to our beloved Emily. Spoilers, there will be some major tragedy in Emily's life. But first, the good news, the second half of Emily in Paris Season 4 is set to hit Netflix on September 12th. So we're just weeks away from getting answers to all our burning questions. However, there's a bit of a catch. This half will only include 5 episodes, wrapping up the season, while the full season will have 10 episodes, which is pretty standard these days. Watching just 5 episodes in one go might feel a bit unsatisfying. At least this is how I feel whenever I watch a TV season divided into half. That being said, I have to admit that Emily in Paris never feels enough to me since I love the show so much. So, there is that. As far as the plot is concerned, we have lots of information on what will happen in part 2. But first, let's revisit where part 1 left off. As many of us predicted, Emily and Gabriel's relationship really took off this season. Gabriel declared his love for her and has been referring to her as his girlfriend openly around everyone. I know it sounds somewhat pathetic, but if you have been following this love story from the very beginning, you know that this is huge for the couple. But of course, the happiness was short-lived, since this show loves drama. In the final episode of part 1, Gabriel's dreams of earning a Michelin star are crushed when he discovers that Luke's girlfriend, Marianne, wasn't a Michelin inspector, but a fraud. Then there's Camille, who, after noticing some unusual symptoms, went to the gynecologist and found out she was never actually pregnant. It was just a false alarm caused by stress. Things took an even more dramatic turn when Camille went to tell Gabriel the truth at L'Esprit de Gigi. But before she could say anything, Gabriel, completely unaware of what was really happening, expressed that he wasn't upset about missing out on the Michelin star because he already had everything he wanted, hinting at the baby on the way. So Camille couldn't express the truth, and now we know that Gabriel will be crushed by the news in part 2, and we can only imagine how this emotional turmoil would impact his fresh romance with Emily. On that note, the show's creator Darren Star has a lot to say about Season 4 and how it will shape Emily as a character. Speaking in a recent interview with Forbes, Star expressed that the 4th season of Emily in Paris is taking a different approach compared to the first 3. This time around, the characters are seeing each other in a more realistic light, Star explained. The romantic lens has faded, and both Emily and Gabriel are connecting on a deeper, more genuine level. The infatuation phase is over. I think the show has matured a lot this season. If you didn't know, Star was also the creator of the iconic show Sex and the City, so as he admits, he knows how to write strong, vulnerable, funny and unique female characters. He has a talent for mixing the complexities of life with an escapist feel that makes his stories so enjoyable. His female leads usually live in glamorous cities, always looking chic and put together even when their lives are a mess. In other words, his female leads tend to be Emily-like, and we love them all. Do you see similarities between Emily and Sex and the City's iconic duo? Can't wait to hear your thoughts. One thing is important though, Star doesn't make it easy for his characters to find love. In fact, he hates easy romances on TV. Once you hit happily ever after, there's not much of a story left, he said and continued. These relationships are passionate, and what keeps me engaged is finding those emotional challenges they have to overcome. When asked if Gabriel is Emily's version of Carrie's Mr. Big from Sex and the City, Star pointed out that they're quite different. Gabriel is much more in touch with his emotions, unlike Mr. Big, who was always a bit elusive and not really looking to settle down. Does this mean that there will be a happy ever after at the end of Season 4 between Emily and Gabriel, or does this mean Gabriel will hurt Emily in ways that Mr. Big could not even think of? Let me know what you think in the comments. Overall, Star described this season as a period of growth for all the characters. They're more grounded, and I think the show evolves this season. It's not the same as it was in Season 1. Part 1 sets the stage for an amazing roller coaster ride in Part 2. As for the love triangle between Emily, Gabriel, and Camille, Star teased that the season will end with a bang. But when asked about a potential 5th season, he admitted he's not sure yet. But I will say there are going to be a lot of repercussions at the end of part 2. He highlighted. This means that we have to have season 5 either way, otherwise the story will feel incomplete. I wonder what will happen during the Eurovision competition in Italy, where Emily will head next. Perhaps all the drama will take place when she is away, oblivious to what's been going on behind her in Paris. Do you think Gabriel will betray Emily, or do you think this time he will be there for her? Let me know in the comments. If you are interested in more Emily and Paris content, stay tuned. See you soon.